Hey folks, welcome back to Around the Yard. Feels like we've been getting nothing but rain the last few days. Been really hard to get out in the wood yard and get anything done in between rain showers. By the front of the barn here, we took out a garden. Didn't get much of that on video, but we got a lot of cleanup left to do here, so hopefully we'll get that going. Got a new tripod here that we're trying out today, so bear with me and see if you like this. We got a load of stone, some 1-inch clear, and then I was hoping we were going to get a video done, and we still might get a little clip in. I cut up some red elm the other day, so we had a couple nice big saw logs, and felt like kind of a shame to get it all cut up, but so maybe we'll throw a couple of those rounds up on this Wolfe Ridge. If you guys saw the last video and Wolfe Ridge's video, we got a new wedge to try out here. This is the 2x4. So put a couple of face cords through it off camera just to run it and see how it did. You can see here they've got the water jet or whatever, the laser cut in there. They got that burned in, so you know what wedge you have now. I think that's really cool. So yeah, but everything is just dripping in here. And there's mosquitoes everywhere. What's Lizzie up to? What you doing, kitty? So the other thing I was going to quick show you guys here while we're walking through the yard, we had a couple of painted turtles lay some eggs here the other day. Guess it was the day before yesterday. So I protected the nest, threw some steel wheels on them. That keeps the raccoons out of there for a little while. But I was just noticing, I was walking down to the yard. Here's a nest right here. Looks like it got abandoned. You guys see these in your yard? That's usually a turtle nest. She must have gotten spooked and left there. It's a couple inches deep. So no eggshells or anything around, so oh no, maybe there is. Let's see. Oh no, that's just cotton. Yeah. So no eggshells, so she just abandoned the nest and went to lay someplace else. But yeah, this first part of June is when the turtles come out to lay eggs. I saw a snapping turtle the other day in the neighbor's driveway. Alright guys, been a minute since we've been back at the cooler here, but we got the Wolfe Ridge firewood frenzy coming up June 22nd, so just about 21 days away as I'm recording this video, and hopefully same day you guys are going to see this. I'm going to bring this along. We'll have some waters and some things in it, but yeah, if you've got a channel and you got a sticker, feel free to bring it along to the frenzy. We'll make sure we get it on this, and yeah. But the two stickers I have today are Adirondack Woodsman and Larry Cluck Outdoors. We'll get a good spot for these. Use this corner here. Larry and I talked a little while ago now, and we were both kind of amazed that we didn't have each other's stickers. He's a Minnesotan, and Like, huh, how'd we miss that? So, feel good to get that one on there. And Adirondack Woodsman, get that on here too. I might need another cooler, guys. Down by firewood on the hill. There you go, good company. All right, let's get that Wolfe Ridge fired up. I want to run a little bit of that red elm through there, see how that does. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of liking this new tripod. It's kind of a selfie stick thing all in one. Try and show it to you here in another video, but heavyweight, good construction. It's got a 1/4 inch swivel on top, so yeah, it's pretty neat. And then I got a metal phone keeper for it, so I don't know if I feel like pressing my luck here this morning, guys. This red elm is extremely stringy. And I knew that going into it. I'm not sure we want to keep running this through the box wedge. Probably not a real smart decision here. It's kind of wet and sloppy too. I just wanted to get a little time on it here to show you what the output was, but I don't think we're going to get real quality splits. These first couple, you know, that's a pretty decent 4x4. There's a 2x4. Not bad, really. But I don't know if that Wolfe Ridge wants to take that whole bite to that thing. I just don't want to get it stuck this morning. I got other things to do, unfortunately. You can see how that box wedge just cuts. Really, that's the only thing I can see is possibly a disadvantage of the smaller box wedge. So I kind of noticed this in the 2 face cords that I ran after Bob Nelson left from Wolfe Ridge. So you can see down here, there's the one knife. So here's the 2x4 in the middle. So 2 2x4s, 2 4x4s. You can see this little purchase down here. That's that other knife for that 4x4. There's also another one out here. It just didn't show up yet. So that was the one thing that I noticed after running a couple face cords here off camera, just to kind of get some time on this thing, was the smaller the box wedge, I think, the cleaner the grain has to be. See on this red elm, the grain is clean-ish, but red elm is historically stringy. This has got a little bit of a twist in it. So this is proud to this here. So taking those 2 passes, this should have been kind of a clean face, and it's not. So we know there's a little bit of a twist in this round. It's probably the base of the tree, which is why it's there in the first place. But the bigger the box wedge openings are, the easier this twisted stuff goes through. And it's not all that twisted, but it's just enough that's gonna cause some problems, you know, feeding through, just as you guys saw there. And it's nothing, you know, it's not the splitter. The splitter will do lots of good work. It's the quality of the round that you're putting through it. So and we'll get it fired up. We'll try this one more time. I'll try it on I'll stand it up here and see. We'll put it 90 degrees and see if that helps. So that, and we're almost out of gas, so can't go too long here. All right, stand it up, we'll see what we can get here. Real quick, this thing is pushing through, but it's struggling a little bit. The best way to counteract that is to stop the wedge motion forward, let the pressure build up, and then hit it again. So I'm only using the middle lever here to send the round through. So a little bit at a time, and it goes through eventually. through. Sometimes you just gotta rotate the round, roll it over, try something different, try a different angle. Like I said, this Wolfe Ridge is more than capable of doing pretty much any round you can put through it. It's whether or not you chose the correct wedge to do it with. You know how stringy this stuff is, and I'll pan the camera around here in a second. Red elm, probably not the greatest candidate for a box wedge. Too stringy, kind of like cottonwood, only much harder. There's just too much fiber in there, and it's not going to split well. You're not going to end up with a good product. In my opinion here, and we'll probably do this, is we'll flop into the single way wedge, and we'll break it down that way. I think we'll get a lot cleaner pieces of wood, and actually something that's going to be usable here in a couple years when it dries out. Let me pan the camera around here and kind of show you what we made. There again, it's what you put into it is what you get out of it. You're going to see a lot more trash, and that's because of the stringy nature of the red elm. So let me show you here. You guys can kind of already see it off frame. So that's what we produced. Here's what fell off onto the ground. You know, there's lots of debris in here. There's lots of good pieces of firewood too, but lots of debris. So let's kind of stack this up here. We'll see what we really wound up with. Clear off the top of this wedge. Well, there's a nice 2x4 piece. There's some kindling. Yeah, not the greatest. There's a triangle. There's kind of a splayed 2x4. Here's one that we tried to resend through. There's more. Another 2x4. This came off of one of the outsides. So nice enough piece of firewood, just not probably bundle grade. There's a couple feathers on that. That's still attached. So, just gonna slough the trash off onto the ground. Just keep in mind that this is red elm, so we knew it was going to be stringy. If you guys have ever split it before, you know that as well. But it's a good hardwood, a lot of BTUs in it. There's a couple good 4x4s. Some of this wouldn't be bad bundles, but depends on what you like your bundles to look like. Big piece under. All right, so there's the pieces that came off. Those plus what's stacked up on top of the wedge off of that one round. Do some counting here quick. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, maybe 30. And then down here we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 16 and 30. We got 46 pieces, 48 pieces, give or take. There's the scrap we produced. There again, not the best round to put through this. Red elm, real stringy, but pushed through just fine. This is all great fireplace wood. Probably not ideal campfire wood, but just that depends on your guys' customers, I guess. So yeah, that was kind of what I wanted to get accomplished this morning. You guys let me know in the comments down below what you think of this red elm going through this 2x4 box wedge. So we're gonna keep testing stuff. The one thing hard about red elm here, and I was noticing this here at the end, all these feathers are kind of sticking out here from the last push. When you go to clear a box wedge, you got to find, good straight grained solid pieces of wood, and if you don't, they just break in half, and they don't clear the box wedge out. So I like to clear the box wedge out after every use or run, but depending on the wood you're using, you might not be able to do that. So I'll have to run some clean ash or something else through here to clean that box wedge out. But otherwise, still really happy with this machine. We've got the bronze slides on here. You guys can see those down there. Basically allows you to not grease this, to my knowledge. So this is mud off of the round, not not grease. We're still running the 24-inch stroke limiter. I ordered this as a 30-inch stroke, so there's the full 30. We're sitting the 24, and then we also have 18 available. You guys can go back to one of the previous videos. We really kind of stepped through that and how that works, and also do some measurements of what's left out here when you set those. So yeah, otherwise, nice good run this morning. We're almost out of fuel, so I gotta change or add fuel there, but I'm gonna try and see. We got 35.0 hours. So, and we are at about probably, well, we're a little over 1 year of ownership on this thing. So I got this machine in May of last year. So 35 hours, 1 year. And most of that, like I've told you guys before, is on YouTube. So if you're in the market for a Wolfe Ridge, check out the channel, see what you think of this thing. Basically, not quite every hour, but probably 30 out of the 35 are on YouTube. So this thing has done me well. The main reason for the purchase was to save time. Coming off of a 22-ton store-bought splitter, big box store splitter, this thing is an absolute beast, game changer. Really can't say enough good things about it, but you can't compare the two log splitters. This thing is in a class of its own, really. All right, guys, that's gonna about do it for today. If you haven't already, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day around the yard.